Hello, and welcome to Talking with Chivalry. I'm your host, Antoine, and thank you for tuning in. Here we are again with the ending of one week and the start of another week, depending on how you look at it. But it is a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. And one thing that was on my mind last week that I wanted to talk and share about today was the fact of where are you growing? And I got that concept from, when someone asks you, where are you going? And you may think of a physical location. Well, I wanted to think of it as when I hear someone ask me that, where am I going? I want to hear where are you growing? And I want to think of it on a non-physical aspect, so to speak. But allow me to explain though. We spend so much time trying to build something, but may not take the time to realize what we have that is growing, regardless of our focused production. From the moment we are conceived, our sole purpose is to grow, adapt, and become independent in order to survive. And as we become of age, we may tend to slow down our growth and become more stagnant, complacent, and conform to situations that may not be right for us all. And in this session, I will highlight just three of those many areas in my life that I plan to continuously grow and excel in, which is my mind, my body, and family. And to start off, I want to speak on my mind, which I know I am usually talking about entrepreneurship, career growth, building businesses, real estate, investing among other things. But in this session, it will be more centered within personal growth only. And I want to start off with mind as being an area that I am looking to continuously grow in because it is one of those precious resources, just like time, that you only get one of that if you don't use it, you lose it. That analogy, so to speak. So you've got to find ways to keep it healthy and functioning. And from early on, some of us have the capability to be able to put our mind to whatever we want and pursue that goal, that mission, or that task. And some of us can become distracted very easily and find it hard to complete most things or most objects. Then some of us will go through a situation that hold us back from using our mind to its full potential, like being traumatized or something like that. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that our minds are always going, it's always moving, it's always working. And when we are functioning throughout the day, and even while we are asleep and dreaming at night, our mind is still going. And if our minds are always being used, then we should realize that there's no room for stress. And we continue to do things, allow people, and even pursue objects that stresses us out. We even watch people or situations that we know will stress us out, and we continue to do so, such as a job you may hate, a person that you don't get along with, or scrolling through social media, following someone else's success all day long. That takes a toll on you, and that's a lot of usage on the mind if you think about it. And that got me really in the fact or in the realm of respecting people that meditate. And I've incorporated that into my morning ritual where I make sure that I can get my 15 minutes of music, melody, and harmonizing with myself every morning. It's one of those few times that, in my mind, can take a deep breath and relax, so to speak. But with more focused time to meditate, I believe I am giving my mind the opportunity to last as long as I need it to with age. But that's a topic that, that can fall under mental health, which is something I may want to speak on in the future. So that may need a whole session on its own. So I'm gonna just go keep it moving. But the next area will be body. And as I continue to get older, I realize my body doesn't look or work the way it used to. In the past, I could eat a bag of chips, for lunch one day, not eat anything another day, and eat a whole box of pizza the third day. And I would look, feel, and weigh exactly the same. And now, the small gain or weight loss that I may, achieve, that means a lot more than it used to. It's a lot harder to lose, and it's a lot harder to. It ain't hard to gain, but it's a lot harder to lose. But of course, I work out. I seldomly work out. When the mood feels right. Because in the past I could just drop down and give you 25 push-ups without hesitation. Now I can, I have to consider how long you may laugh at me, if and how I can get to 10 without stopping. And I can't blame this on the kids anymore. They're getting older, so it's time to get rid of that dad bod. But I want to say that I love that. I love the fact that I know this about myself, and I use it, or plan on using it now that I'm starting to take my body a little more seriously. We've been eating healthier, fruits and vegetables. I'm starting to work out a little more, a little bit, and I'm being more cautious of what I do with my body now. Such as, how long have I been sitting in this chair all day, or how long have I been on my feet, or how long I've been laying here watching TV all day. You know, I need to do more of the opposite, is what I think now, and keep myself active as well as my heart and diet. Once these areas that I took for granted, you know, I really did take these areas for granted. But as I have been blessed to become older and wiser, it is my responsibility to take care of them. So now that I know what I need to do, it is my duty to continue to pursue the desired effects that I am seeking in order to physically be able to keep up with my growing, children. Which kind of leads to the last area, which is family. I wanted to end with family as being an area that I'm constantly growing in because this means so much to me. Every day you are somewhat learning something new about your family, finding ways to handle and deal with situations that may occur that are good or bad. Whether it be you learn that your child loves to paint, your wife needs her personal time at 5 p.m. every day, like clockwork. Your husband needs a great back massage, or your parents, they just need you to call them sometimes. We are growing for our families while also in the direction of these individuals. And without addressing this topic, these are some of the things that we may take for granted. We may not realize how effective it is to understand why and how our child has an interest in painting or anything else they love to do, or how our wife has been taking care of everyone besides herself until the evening time. So she needs that me time at 5 p.m. Or how your husband's been standing, sitting, or moving all day and wants to come home and relax. He may not want to cook, not saying we don't want to cook for you, but sometimes we may not be in the mood to cook. I hope I didn't step on something, but anyways, or even how our parents just miss having us around in general, you know. But we are actually growing and adapting to our families, and as well as them growing into us. For an example, I'll use my family for a situation. If my children are playing tag team daddy and ask him a million questions, you know, and I'll try to hang in there, but finally when my head drops, when I'm defeated and exhausted and just don't know how to answer any of them questions anymore, they'll ask me if I'm tired. And I'm thinking, yeah, yeah, I'm tired. You should be too. but I try not to let them see that or become disappointed because I am tired of them asking me questions. So I've learned to turn that their energy into productivity. Which is now something that's going on. Which is the daddy scalp spa. And that's where in my mind I put their little busy fingers to work. To stimulate my thinning hair follicles and which may have the ability to grow back. It's a project I'm working on. I can see growth, so we're gonna keep it going. But from now on, when to summarize everything I'm trying to say, because I definitely don't want to keep you guys too long, but from now on, when someone asks me where are you going, I'm thinking growing. So, now, you may have an idea without only providing them with the physical location. You have an understanding that we are growing in areas, whether we know it or not. So, with that being said, I do hope you appreciate our site and brand, Chivalry Jones. Learn a great deal and focus on building yourself for the person that you are to become. So, as I always say, stay strong, stay resilient, and keep fighting for a better you. Thank you.